Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another mod concept video. If you guys remember, I did the Fallen Army Raider faction a couple months ago, but nobody really stepped up to the plate on that one. But I'm still gonna create mod concept videos because I want my ideas out there. Damn it! Maybe some modder out there will listen to me screaming into the void. But anyway. Today's going to be a class concept, and not like a faction or anything like that, but a class, alright? So, of course, we start out with the overview. That's probably really bright for you guys. Okay, no, this is probably bright for you guys. Wow. Anyway, starting out with the class description, it is inspired by the Ballistic Shields mod made by Xcom modder that guy some time ago. This class concept is supposed to take the idea of having a shield into more detail, because beforehand you just slap the shield onto a already existing class and went on with your day. But the thing is, the shield really hindered their mobility and overall called other fuckery that made them not exactly as useful as they were just with their pre-existing stuff. The only class it didn't really mess around with, at least in my opinion, was the Infiltrator class mod, because I mean, it was kind of made for a shield, let's be honest here. Even before the shield came out, it was still a perfect fit for the shield, as well as the samurai, but the samurai used to melee and melee shield, so there you go. Anyway, this could be like the in-game description. I know not a lot of modded classes use the same kind of reveal animation as the vanilla classes do, but I don't mind seeing them. I remember the only class that had them was really the Akimbo class that I'm using in my current Galaxy of War run. And so I wouldn't mind if more and more classes actually used a kind of opening cutscene kind of thing, like the Akimbo class did. But then again, 90% of people don't really watch them. But if you don't really watch them, you can just skip them. Yeah, freaking stubborn motherfucker. Anyway, Operation Experimental Shield Gauntlets. These units can operate a retractable shield for heavy defensive operations, keeping the enemy at bay as the rest of the squad goes in for the kill, or, if they're feeling brave, they can lead the charge themselves, borrowing the Templar's auto pistol for some form of self-defense. So I say retractable shield because the way I kind of want them to have it is that it'll be like a gauntlet, like a rocket launcher, but you activate it and it kind of expands into a giant shield, which then you can then use for self-defense. And I'm giving them an auto pistol just for some form of self-defense, just so when their shield breaks, because I want to have it so that if the shield runs out of hit points, it breaks, shatters, so then they'll be kind of left to resort to the pistol, right? Because after the shield breaks, then there's really nothing they can do. Which leads us to the loadout and abilities. Retractable riot shield. This prototype shield gauntlet will deploy a personal riot shield made out of our best bulletproof material we can find. Of course, we'll have to look for ways of improving the materials if we are going to want it to work long term. And then the auto pistols have given us some spare, or the Templars have given us some spare pistols to equip our shield wardens with, so they can equip themselves. Proper training, they can become powerful tools. Although I don't really have any pistol abilities in the two skill trees that I made. Maybe if a modder decides to pick this class up, and they can make like a third, like a middle row full of pistol abilities. If people want to, they could. But the two class trees that I made focus primarily on the shield. And the starting abilities is a shield bash, attack the enemy within movement ranges with a heavy hit from your shield, pretty much like a slash. Hold the line, buffs your defense by 50 points, provides high cover for allies, replaces hunker down. So instead of hunker down, you do this hold the line thing, where you get 50 bonus defense and provide high cover for allies. So pretty much the one for all ability from Max, or I guess Shield Wall in Xcom 2, but one for all if you're an enemy within kind of guy. And of the unflankables, it's just kind of like a gimmick thing. The name at least is a gimmick thing, but the actual ability does have a purpose, which having the shield active will allow you to maneuver your face directly at any attacker. You cannot be flanked and always have back cover towards the enemy. However, you cannot physically take cover yourself, and it is a passive. And I say having the shield active kind of relates to having a separate ability where you can retract the shield. Maybe retracting the shield gives you bonus mobility. So maybe at the start of the mission where you're still concealed, you can retract the shield and like maybe do some scouting for your team. And when the action starts, you hit the shield, you jump out, and there you go. But with the shield up, you cannot take cover, because with the Ballistic Shields mod, you can still take cover. And when your when your shield hit points run out, you're just sitting there holding a fake paperweight. You know, you're holding a fucking paperweight. So that's why I want if the shield would be too damaged, all the hit points would be gone, would be destroyed, the shield would shatter, and you'd be out in the open and all that stuff, and then you'd have to get to cover. So there again, of course, you have fire, pistol, and pistol overwatch. That's very straightforward, don't need to explain those. But now we get to the actual ranked promotions. So Corporal Abilities. Defender Emergency Replacement allows you to deploy a secondary, the weaker shield if the primary shield is destroyed. Secondary shield will be about 5 HP weaker than the primary, and of course 1 charge per mission. The actual stats of the shields themselves will be explained on a later slide. And Breacher charge, run headstrong into an enemy in range, disorientating the target. 1 turn cooldown, replace your shield bash. Just about 3 damage more than shield bash. Again, these exact values will be explained in a later slide to kind of keep things moving along. Moving on to Sergeant. Defender, come at me bro. Taunt the enemy, giving all hostile units +10 aim against you. Lasts 1 full turn. Cannot combine with hold the line, because you want the enemy to shoot you to maybe take the attention away from your allies. Because I mean, Defender, you're a tank. Shield, you can take some hits, and you cannot combine with hold the line. So if you activate come at me bro, then hold the line will be temporarily unavailable until the full turn is up, and a 3-turn cooldown to stop you from spamming the ability. Although looking at this now, Breacher with shield spikes definitely looks a lot better than come at me bro, but maybe some of you guys like to play defensively. But shield spikes buffs damage output by 2, increases your crit chance by 10, and 25% chance to cause bleeding, because I mean they're giant spikes. So there you go. Lieutenant abilities. Defender, flash lens. Flash a bright light at all enemies in a 4-tile long, 3-tile wide pillar of fire. All targets are disorientated. 3 charges per mission. 1 turn cooldown between uses. Rainbow 6. And Breacher Hulk Smash allows the user to crush through weak walls and high cover. Activation doesn't cost an action, lasts 2 full turns, 14 cooldown, 2 charges per mission. Pretty much you become a one-man, or you become a miniature Andromedon for a couple turns. Moving on to Captain Abilities. Defender, Shield Storm, free shield bash attacks on any hostile target that moves or attacks in melee range. Or Breacher with parry and counterattack any and all melee attackers affected by shield spikes. So pretty much you can Shield Storm, you can have Blade Storm, or you can have Combatives. A lot of people are probably going to go with Combatives, but maybe you want to mix it up. It's all up to you in the end, if this class does end up becoming a thing. Major abilities. Defender, Focus Lens. Focus the flash lenses into a single beam of intense light, piercing and melting away all enemy armor in a straight 7-tile long line. Requires flash lenses, because without flash lenses, you'll have no lenses to focus. 14 cooldown, shreds, quote-unquote, at the 3 armor, because it does this melting away, and does 5 to 8 guaranteed damage. Breacher, Stand Your Ground. Grants 3 actions. No action is turn ending. Up to 3 actions. Activation does not cost an action 14 cooldown. You will lose 1 action point next turn, which is pretty much overdrive from the sparks transferred to a Xcom class. And the losing 1 action point next turn is pretty much to keep it semi-balanced. Lastly, the last tier, Defender, Live Another Day, overpowers your shield generator for the rest of the turn, rendering it completely immune from almost all damage. Because it does not protect against psionic attack because it's a physical shield, not a mind shield. Requires Delirium Shield Gauntlet. This will be hopefully explained later on. The next turn, the shield generator is overloaded, destroying it. So pretty much what that means, if you have, say you use Live Another Day with your primary shield, and it gets destroyed, and you use this, and it gets destroyed after. But if you still have your secondary shield, you can activate the secondary shield. But I'm probably gonna have Live Another Day to a single use only permission, so you can't abuse it. But of course, if you use Live Another Day with your secondary shield, you lose your shield. Breacher Battle Madness, kills achieved with shield bash attached with 1 action points. Activate affected by shield spikes, unlike the Ranger's Reaper. Damage is not lowered per kill earned. However, you lose all of your action points next turn due to battle fatigue. So pretty much you become really overpowered for 1 turn, and then you're completely useless the next. Use at your own risk. And possible Xcom abilities, if you don't know what these are pretty much just the training center abilities you can get. All classes can get these kind of Xcom abilities, which is pretty much extra abilities taken from other classes. The Shield Warden can get the following Xcom abilities: Running Gun, Lightning, Reflex, and Phantom. The Shield Warden can share the following abilities with other classes, Hulk Smash, because nobody else has a sword or a shield, so that doesn't really make sense to share anything else. Finally, shield stats and upgrading. The Shield Gauntlet, tech levels, and damage. Unconventional tier, or conventional tier, right gauntlet, unlocked by default. 15 primary shield HP, 10 secondary shield HP. 3 to 5 shield bash damage with no extra abilities. 6 to 8 charge damage with only the charge ability. 5 to 7 shield spike damage with only the shield spike ability, and 8 to 10 shield spike and charge damage. These are all base numbers without factoring in critical chances and all that stuff. Magnetic tier, alloy gauntlet, unlocked after plated armor research. 100 supplies and 15 alloys to buy. 25 primary shield HP, 20 secondary shield HP. 7 to 9 base damage with no abilities. 10 to 12 with only the charge ability. 9 to 11 with only the shield spike ability. 12 to 14 with with both the spike and the charge abilities. And lastly, the plasma tier, Illyrium generator, unlocked after powered armor. 150 supplies and 15 Illyrium cost. 35 primary shield HP, 30 secondary shield HP. 9 to 11 base damage with no abilities. 12 to 14 damage with only the charge ability. 11 to 13 with only the spike shield thing ability. And 14 to 16 with both spike and charge. And this is a very basic design of what I made up in Paint in like 3 minutes. This pretty much just gives a base design of what I kind of want them to look, but obviously if anybody does pick this mod idea up and tries to make it, you can use your 3D modeling skills to fancy these up whatever you like. The riot shield, this is obviously the viewpoint where it would be translucent or something. This is where the arm goes, and you can add any fancy stuff you want. The alloy shield, this is the viewing point up here. You probably get rid of that line, I guess. This is where the arm goes. You can fancy it up however you like. The Illyrium shield, I want to make this clear. If you guys know about the Templar's parry ability, the shield that pops up on the gauntlets, it's kind of what the Illyrium shield is going to be, but instead of purple, it's green because Illyrium is green, psionic power is purple. So all of the stuff in here would be kind of like glowing translucent green, and this is where the arm would go. So any modders interested, comment below or at me on Twitter so we can work out the details. Also, please, please do consider checking out my other mod concepts. I don't like shouting myself out and clickbaiting myself like this, but you know, would be freaking awesome to be able to get my mod concepts made into real things. But of course, if nobody steps up to the plate, nobody steps up to the plate. I have no modding capabilities myself, so it is what it is. But thank you guys all for watching, taking the time to appreciate my creativity, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.